coming at you with, everyone's talking about money in the bank. Money in the bank this, money in the bank that. For me personally, I think the biggest news coming out of this week is the debut of someone very significant on Impact Wrestling. This is someone who has been working under a couple different umbrellas within the last few years. He started out as far as really getting his face out there in the world of Global Force Wrestling. Transitioned to AAA last year. Turned the company on its head. He is now back in AAA as part of MAD. He's debuting in Lucha Underground Season 4 very soon. And, as of last night, debuted in Impact Wrestling. Folks, I'm talking about Kevin Kross. Now let's backtrack a little bit. I did a video, just to give you just a little brief history on my thoughts on this. I did a video a little over a year ago, April of last year, talking about the beginning of companies, these two companies working together, AAA and Impact Wrestling. Now, what was big about this was the fact that the same company that has ownership of Lucha Underground also has ownership of AAA. And so when this big partnership between Impact Wrestling and Lucha Underground came out, I started brainstorming about, all right, we've got people from Impact Wrestling going to AAA. Who from AAA/Underground could go to Impact Wrestling? And if you've noticed, if you haven't, you need to start paying attention. As we've seen over the course of the last, I'd say, year, or just less than a year, we've seen some significant changes to Impact Wrestling's roster. We've seen a lot of influx from Lucha Libre, from AAA, from Lucha Underground. Because a lot of the same people that go under the banner of Lucha Underground also wrestle for AAA. The big, and I predicted an invasion. So this really wasn't an invasion. It was just called Impact Wrestling improving their talent roster. Okay? I would have loved to seen an invasion angle. We didn't get that. But we did see, this year, we did see Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling. That was huge. That was one of the biggest shows of WrestleCon weekend. Had a lot of buzz around it. And some controversy too to boot. We had guys like Mundo showing up. Johnny Impact. His now bride, Taya, showing up. We've had all sorts of luchadors appear and are still firing up the X Division. Aerostar, Drago, Phantasma, someone who just went for the X Division Championship, Cage, or Brian Cage. All these, and even more over the course of the last year, did brief appearances like Pagano and Tejano. Would love to see them back, great talents. But the one that I was waiting for patiently was Kevin Kross. Now, he made his debut last night, and he still doesn't have an actual, we'll say, identity. In just having a brief conversation with Andre Corbeil, and I've watched the thing like a bunch of times, and I just noticed it when he mentioned it. When he takes his shirt off after destroying Petey Williams, and I'll bring up something else briefly in a second. The camera zooms in on the back, and if you look at the back, all the symbols that have been appearing in the X promos are on his back. The Excelsior is the X. The elk or deer, whatever, stag, the antlers, part of the silhouette shown. The symbols on his back left, no, take that back, right shoulder. Get him switched. I don't know if they're Chinese or Japanese, so please forgive me on, I'll just say Oriental symbols, okay? The symbols on his back, those were part of it too. So, and they all have some kind of meaning to his character, and they're all coming out. So, and it's interesting. We don't know what he's called yet. The easy thing would just be to call him Kross. You know, you can market that. And use all the symbolisms with it, you know, because it's on him. But one thing that Andre brought up that I'm offering to you guys is they may call him Excelsior. So basically, I'd say a good chunk of my predictions, because I went back to rewatch this video to just offer. I mean, it was at the time it was all speculation. The deal was made, and it was like, oh, well, the deal is made. Let's see what could possibly happen in this, you know, near to soon future. And like I said, over the course of the last year, we've seen it all happen. Almost everyone who I've wanted to see, from Lucha Underground to Impact Wrestling, has happened. There's a handful who haven't, who have gone on to other things. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Jeremiah Crane from Lucha Underground. Sami Callihan, one of the biggest guys now. And Impact Wrestling. Along with Pentagon. Oh my God, almost forgot Pentagon. Phoenix. So we're seeing so many faces from Lucha Underground featured on Impact Wrestling. But they're not using storylines from Lucha Underground, obviously. They're just the wrestler personalities. So, but I'm telling you, Kevin Kross from Lucha Underground is going to be one of the biggest ones to make, hey, take the punt, to make an impact in this company this year. He's everywhere. He's in AAA. He's in Lucha Underground. He's now in Impact. 2018 is his year, folks. He's everywhere. He's making a name for himself. He's all over the West Coast as well. So yeah, just to sum this up, folks, we've seen such an influx of Lucha Underground stars in Impact Wrestling, and the one that I've been waiting for a long time is finally here. One thing I was going to bring up that I found humorous is I made a comment on the Impact Wrestling video on YouTube showing the introduction of Kross as the security guard attacking, that whole segment at the end of the episode. And this lady, I'm paraphrasing here, so excuse me, said something that the whole segment made her feel like seemed like it made her feel really uncomfortable, and described how it came across with Kevin Kross and Petey Williams as almost rapey. I was like, oh, no, I don't... Uncomfortable? Yes. Rapey? No. Taking off the shirt and destroying Petey Williams was... I don't think it's meant to be like sadomasochistic or anything like that. It's revealing parts of a character. The tattoos on the back are telling a story. This entire finding people backstage, attacking, the build-up, the mystery, storytelling at its finest. And I don't know who came up with this originally. I'm dying to find out. I also saw a very interesting opinion online. In line with this, I was reading through the comments on the YouTube video on Impact Wrestling for the segment, and it said, Kevin Kross is here and he's not alone. This, and I've mentioned before, it could be the introduction of Mad into Impact Wrestling, but I don't know. Are they gonna? Because Conan's everywhere now. Conan's in Impact Wrestling. He recently returned to AAA. Who knows? He could even be a part of Lucha Underground in the future. Who knows? You never say never, folks. You never say never. Conan's everywhere. He's even part of Aero Lucha. He's got his hands in a lot of different cookie jars, very similar to Tommy Dreamer. So yeah, just another way of Lucha Underground growing in popularity, and the way that they've worked with Impact Wrestling and AAA and everything, just everybody working together is just, it's a sign for the future, folks. Walls are being broken down. And we saw that yesterday. I'm not going to get into the whole New Japan WWE thing, but it's like stuff's starting to happen. Walls are starting to be broken down, and people are looking at, hey, cross promotion. It's not a bad thing. It's the wave of the future. It's what's creating this next golden boom in professional wrestling. And Kevin Kross is just the next perfect example of that cross promotion. Great pun. So, Kevin Kross and the cross promotion. So yeah, I've been waiting for this debut for so long. My ultimate thing to wrap this up is I would love to see, how this is going to grow over the course of the next few weeks leading up to Slammiversary, the return of Johnny Impact, possibly being with Taya now that they're married. Maybe they'll put them together. But Impact, Johnny Impact, Mundo, Taya, and Kross were together down in AAA. So yeah, I would love to see that in Impact Wrestling still. We'll have to wait and see. Because it would certainly put Johnny Impact on top of the company if he is with Taya and Kross. Or Kross could be bringing Matt. Or he could be solo. Or it could be something completely different. Who knows? Who knows? But it just shows the talent, the storytelling, the cross promotions. It's all golden, folks. It's money. Period. End of subject. There is no negative. There is no negativity about that. People are gonna either like or dislike it, but when you're doing stuff like this, it creates so many more opportunities for everyone across the globe. It really does. And we've seen it over the course of the last year, big time, across several different companies and organizations in the world of professional wrestling. So, that's it for this one. I'm going to wrap this up and just say, I'm so happy to see Lucha Underground's Kevin Kross, who's been with that company for a while now, and we're finally getting to see him on big television, and soon we're going to see the character pop up in Lucha Underground, and you know I'll be talking about that right here. And it's what's great is the two characters are going to be completely different. I know they are. It's, you know, I can't see them being the same, because one is going to be supernatural and the one on Impact Wrestling is just going to be just a destroyer. So yeah, like I said, 2018 is the year of the Kross. So yeah, leave your thoughts below. Let me know what you think about this character and how he's evolved over the last couple of years, growing, appearing in different brands, while you know, growing his own brand. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. And that's it for this one. Don't forget, smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Thanks for watching. See you down the road for the next one.